Oh, it says we're live.
Okay, so now I got to get rid of the emojis. Okay, so now what I have to do is pin the post, right?
Yep, pin that link.
Pin the link, invite, copy the link. Okay, go over here. In the message and make you the co-host. I think I've got it caught up now.
Hmm.
We'll see if anybody shows up. Dominic.
Yep.
Hey, there you are. Where is AZ? I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, I got two
Yep.
ships, but it's cloudier than hell and colder than hell and windy. Huh.
Mm. Yeah, it was a perfect day yesterday, and then just as the afternoon rolls on, it starts getting windy. Just seems to be a thing at recently that
Oh
it gets
yeah,
windy in the afternoons.
yeah.
Not a breath of wind till about 3 o'clock.
As you can see, look at how dark it is out there.
Yeah, but you've got an extra few minutes of daylight, so
Yes.
you're doing well. I'm at the other end now. We've swapped spots.
Okay, I put a filter on that. Okay. A little bit of an ND filter on it.
Hmm. Sunglasses.
Yeah, that too.
That's what I call them, sunglasses. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, there's W. Hey, Daryl.
I think I put the wrong filter on. I need a darker one, I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
Sit down.
There's
Hello.
Justin.
What's up? What's up, Daryl? Hope the rest of your flights went good this morning.
Yeah.
So what'd you do today, Dominic? You're just getting up, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I've been up for probably
How did the sleep go? Good.
Oh, yeah. Could like, would have liked a bit more, but no. The alarm clock goes off around 6:30. There's no way of changing the alarm clock
Really?
because the alarm clock is two cats.
Oh, the cats wake you up?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, Daryl. So you got everything finished for the day.
I know.
What's up, Mark?
Mark White's in the chat. Donald is
Yes.
here. Hey, Donald.
Donald.
Don't mess with Donald.
He
Yeah.
must be out on the road.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was going to visit his daughter, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No,
No.
is that home?
We
Oh, he's
sure
going to
about
the
that?
next
That could be a
hotel.
background. That could be a background.
Just a,
That could be a really good green screen.
he's actually
Yeah.
driving down the road right now.
Yeah, that's a great.
Donald, that's a pretty good trick. Plus, I didn't know you could drive on the highway with headphones.
Mm.
Well, it is difficult, but you know, I have those skills.
And we all figured that you were off to see your daughter.
We will be going Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
Is that like a little mini mic boom or something?
Yeah, my son had it
okay.
and it stripped out, and so he was getting ready to throw it. I'm like, give it here.
Oh, that's the one I used to have back when I first got my first one. Had the two springs on it.
Yeah.
The problem with mine was two of the springs eventually got kind of stretched, and
Well, that,
I had
that was
to.
pretty much an adaptation of, you remember the lights they used to put on top of the desk that used
Oh
to,
yeah, the goosenecks.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I've got one of those. I must butcher it and see if I can turn it into a mic stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, mine had four springs like that, and two of them got stretched, so I had to take one off the bottom, put it on the
Yeah.
top, and then it only ended up
Yeah.
with two springs.
Yeah, I
And
might
then it
I
got
might butcher mine and see if I can make it into a
then it
mic
got
stand.
really loose over time, so I had to replace it.
Yeah. Dominic, put it to work.
Yeah. It's got I'd have to jerry rig something, but with the way technology is these days. Shame I don't have a
What
3D printer, but that's another story.
what do you do? Strip out the threading right there?
Yeah. on the shock mount.
You got a tap set or no? Oh, just on the shock mount.
Just on the connector for the shock mount.
Yeah, it's
stripped on the
plastic, isn't
backside.
it?
Yeah.
Is it plastic
No,
threading?
It's aluminum, but it's very light aluminum. But just a short little screw, I can come through that entire thing, just get the screw, tap it out to either a larger size or go ahead and drill it out and use a facing piece on this side just to give it tension. It's just to tighten down here, so I could.
See, the problem I had is I had that same connector, but it was plastic threading. And I did
Yeah.
the same thing on one of the ones I had. It was a desk one that had that same fitting, but it was plastic threading and it didn't take much to strip it.
Yeah. But yeah, I told him not to toss it. I'll at least save the XLR cable out of it.
Oh, Mark
Yeah.
said he lost a screw fix. Wrong thing. It hit my Blue Yeti.
Well, see, this is actually, I reconfigured this one too, right here. This piece here that holds the mic was actually the original Blue Yeti stand.
Oh,
And I took my angle grinder and I cut off the bottom base and then I drilled a hole through it. And then I just put the screw for the original connector right through it.
just mounted it. Okay.
Awesome.
And it kind of made it a lot more sturdy because those Yeti mic stands are pretty thick ass metal.
Yep. It's the
Then I got a 10-foot micro USB that I use so I can run it. And it has around all the joints and stuff, there's extra cable so it doesn't stretch it.
well, I'm fine with this mic stand. And it's I'm not gonna be drilling any
All
mounts into this antique desk.
Hey, Laura.
But
Doesn't it have one of the bases that screws around the desk?
yeah, I'm not
doesn't
going
have
to be I'm not going to be putting a clamp onto an antique desk and
Well,
destroying
put
it.
something between it. Put some like,
Why not the mic stand? Can you hear me?
Yep.
yeah.
You get a lot of vibration from my mic whenever
Not yours because you got a heavy ass desk. But people that
Mhm.
have light desks, yeah, you hear a lot of vibration. Like
Yeah.
Tim
So I
will
don't-
fucking hit his desk or something, and you'll hear every bit
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be putting this arm on my desk. I do have my old edit desk. It's a large one that's sitting back behind it, and I've got a hole drilled into the base of it that I could possibly
Yeah, Tim's actually got all his shit on
Put
one of
this
those
through.
fold out white tables.
on
Yeah.
that,
Those things are flimsy as shit.
and then come across
Yeah.
over the top and come in over the top of me. I might be able to do that, but
Well, hey, but what's nice about those is it frees up space on your actual desk too, so you don't have to have a mic.
that's kind of what I was thinking. But if I come across like that, I could have a mic up here. I have to move my light a little bit, but we'll see. I may use it, I may not. And there's his little mic that he had. I have no idea what.
What was he using it for? Does he do live streaming and stuff, or?
He used to do gaming and do some live streaming, yeah. He did kind of like what you do before he grew up.
Before he grew up. I like that.
Feel the burn.
Hey, there's a lot of gamers on YouTube that are around your age, so there's quite a few of them. And then there's the couple of the guys I watch are a little older than me by a few years.
Well, that's a cute little. USB interface, little pile mixer that you had.
All right.
There's an older guy that's I
Smaller
think he's
than
in
the,
like his
audio box I'm using.
I think he's like in his late 50s or 60s, but he's called Old Grandpa Gaming or something like that. I can't remember the name of his channel. But yeah,
No,
he's
hopefully he's a little bit older than that because
he's a
man,
pretty
call it-
decent. He's got a pretty decent channel too. I think he's got like 40 or 50,000 subs. But yeah, it don't really matter your age. People will watch it.
I think I prefer my audio box interface because it takes XLR inputs.
Mhm.
I'm only using one XLR input on
And if
it.
you got
I've
a-
got one here.
If you really think about it, you Dominic and Donald's age range, you guys were kind of the first with video games.
Yeah, I
The
know.
Atari and Pong
yeah.
and all that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
it's not uncommon to see your guys your age to actually have gaming channels.
so you think I should dig out the old Pong game and have a Pong gaming channel?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you could call it King Pong.
Actually, people like the retro gaming too. That's why I'm waiting to see if either Corey or Sean, whenever one of them has some free time, that can help me get this emulators set up on my computer so I can have a bunch of
Yes.
old games. A lot of PS1 and PS2 games I want to play.
Justin, you're not much younger than me and Laura, right? And we was around when I was definitely around when the first computer games came out.
Yeah, but you're like what?
Old fashioned Atari
you're 8 or 9 years older than me though. How old are you?
40,
46.
46.
nearly 47.
Yeah, you weren't around when the first home computer games came out.
Who?
You.
What year
You
was
were-
the first home computer came out?
Pong, that was 76, 77, Dominic? Something like that?
81.
Yeah, I reckon about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, like I was, you might have, but the thing is, David, is when you were playing video games, those were probably still kind of semi-popular at the time. When I was a kid playing Nintendo, Atari was still around quite frequently.
Pong started being sold at Sears in 1975. I think we got ours in 76.
Yeah, I got mine. Yeah. Well, remembering I'm in Australia, so it was about 77, 78 by the time it filtered down here. I reckon
Yeah,
I
but
got
maybe a year later, but one day early.
What year was you born, Don?
68.
Um,
6.
Dominic
You're what?
68, I'm 70.
Yeah, I was going to say
well,
that.
You look young.
so
You
you're
old,
aware,
11.
neither of you two were around when the first computer game came out.
First
Pong
home
was-
computer game, I said.
Home
Yeah,
computer.
you still wasn't around.
What are you talking about?
Captain Joe, what year were you born?
55.
Oh,
What home
Captain
computer
Joe
game are you
was.
talking about?
Paul, Space War was the first computer game.
Not
Home
for
computer
home.
game.
no,
Yeah,
Pong was the very first game.
Space War. I've got it here.
Well, that's
The
because
first computer game
we
was generally assumed to be Space War, developed in 1962
invented the
at MIT.
We invented the whole thing.
Yes, it was
MIT.
not
Oh,
for home.
and
computers.
they-
You
and
didn't
they
hook up to your
invented Pong.
TV.
Pong was somebody.
The UK didn't invent it.
No, we didn't invent it.
And it was also not run at your home computer because you didn't have a
Yeah.
home computer back then.
He's talking about home consoles and computers like Ataris. And,
Pong was your first
Well-
take home, hook it up to your TV computer game.
Yep.
yeah, that was the first one that was introduced to the
Well,
masses.
you need to sort out the American Google website, right? Because that
It's all the
says
definitions.
Space War.
Space War was a home computer.
That's what it says. That's what I typed in.
This
I've never done it.
Pong was on a standalone. That's all it did was play Pong.
It was
Yeah, I remember
Space
Pong.
War was written for the newly installed DEC PDP-1 mini computer in the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. That mini computer took up a room.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was not at home.
You had to put
Hey, how you
6
doing,
hours
Joe?
in. You had to
It's a
put s-
technicality. We got it on the technicality.
Well,
No, you had to put 6 hours of input to get the ship to move right or left.
Joe,
Yeah.
you gotta go, you gotta go do some work tonight?
yeah, I gotta leave here in about maybe 30 minutes.
Where's your printer?
The new one.
Yay.
There it is.
Wait,
It
how
is.
long you had it?
You just got it today.
Yeah, no, but how long? How many hours?
About 5 minutes. Right before I got on.
Ow. Might explain why you hadn't set it up then.
It came. Well, I had the baby too. That would have messed it up.
Oh, what
But I
age
had her
did you
till-
get,
I had her
Laura?
till almost
And
2 o'clock.
did it work out that he took with the one and you?
Hey,
I
Tim.
had the other one right. You should have heard the guy. I said, I put a note on my door, knock on my door. I have one for you. And he knocked on the door. I said, I got one for you. And I picked it up and he looked at it and says, how heavy is it? I said, the same weight. It's the same thing, different model. It was bad. They taking it back. You got a label on it? Yeah, labels on it. Take it. You know, so he looked at it, took it. You know, it's got a label on it. You know, I ship enough with you. Yeah, it's an older guy. He don't like carrying it upstairs. He hated bringing up the box with 8 rolls of filament in it.
Oh,
Not a happy chappy
He-
then.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had a dry cabinet about 2 years ago come here for the drone for cameras in the back.
yeah.
And he come up, knocked on my door, he said, come help me, please. And I went down there and I put like this, the 2 of us struggled getting it upstairs. It was like 65 pounds, but it was just like a block of 65 pounds, you know, about this big. It was all crated up and we got it up top, took the crate off. And he says, I'll take the crates and everything from me. And he took all the trash. So,
Right, there you go.
but
Tim's
it's,
covered us all.
and
That-
Tim ought to be happy because this is now a direct drive. It's not a gear driven.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. It's completely different than the other one and the gears. The other one had gears that would turn and pull it through. This is direct drive, so it's completely different.
You'll like that.
Because that's all Tim was talking about. Need to be direct drive. Direct drive is better. So we'll find out.
Right. Come on, Donald.
Well,
It was corrected you in the chat. It's corrected me as well. Go get him.
Magnavox Odyssey. I don't remember that. Probably wasn't that popular. Not like Pong. Pong was everyone had Pong.
Everybody had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he could have had a bath.
But Dominic and I were still around for the first commercially released home video game then, 1972.
Yeah.
I had the
So
ZX
6 hours.
Spectrum 81 and then the ZX Spectrum 48K, then the 128K tape drive, then disk drive.
Yep.
And then I was given a office computer that I thought was great with Windows 3 on it.
I was 13, which was 1981, when I got something resembling what you would call a home PC.
Was that the little tape drive? You listen to half an hour of it screaming and then it go, data loading error at line 1. You twat it and go, why didn't you tell me at line 1?
Exactly.
Or halfway through it, chew up the tape.
Yeah, 1983, I got 5 1/4-inch floppies.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it all
So I
started.
did
And
6
somewhere
hours
in a
of
box,
babysitting.
I've got Windows 3.11 on floppy disk.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned to program on a Commodore 64.
I wonder if you get a floppy disk to work nowadays on a modern PC.
Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't. There's probably
It should.
drives you can plug into it. I'm sure there's drive. You can buy a drive to plug into your
A USB drive somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You'd have to jerry rig it
Oh,
Some- to be
Which
able,
one were you
Nick
talking about?
Saban
3.5
retires.
inch?
and then the USB out.
Hey, Gitchy.
that's big news. Nick Saban retired from Atlanta. I mean, from Alabama. So I did 6 hours of babysitting a 11-month-old today. 2 bottles, 2 diapers, 1 crying fit, and I almost dropped her.
Was the crying fit after you almost dropped her?
Before she was trying to go to sleep, and I'm laying here, right here with her, and I
Yeah.
felt the roll, and all I remember
Can
was
still get
grabbing
a
her leg
floppy
as she
reader.
was face down.
Yeah, there you go, David, right there. You can buy 'em. USB.
Nah.
Yeah, he got him.
Cool.
What was the big one? What was the size of that one? It was
Oh,
Five
you
and a
had
half.
8 inch.
5.5.
You went 8 inch, 5 1/4, 3 1/2, and then zip drive.
Yeah, 5 and
Yeah.
what? Zip drives never really took off, did they? They were.
No, that died pretty quickly, and DVD HD died quickly too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Paul, she was laying right here, sound asleep, and I was kicking back and I was dozing. And she was out. I mean, I was looking at her right here. She was out. So I'm dozing with her and I felt her roll. And when she started to roll, I didn't see her face anymore. And I just saw a foot. And I grabbed her like this. She was going on top of the dog, and I had her upside down like this, and I picked her back up. And she started crying. She was about 1 inch off the dog.
Oh, wow.
I grabbed her. I said, okay, come on, lay back down. She looked at me, gave me a dirty look, and went back to sleep.
Wow, that's funny.
Well, I dropped my daughter when she was about the same age. We were laying in bed. I was sleeping because I was going to work. I think I was at a night shift, and I was working EMS at the time still. And I'm laying in bed. My wife's on the other side, and she started crying. So I picked her up and I put her on my chest. And I'm laying there and I'm holding her like this. And we're both kind of this is the middle of the day now because I got night shift. And I've got about another hour of sleep, and I'm laying there, and I heard boom, and she started crying, and I went like this, and it was no baby. And my wife said, "Did you drop Brittany?" I said, I picked up and said, "Yeah, she's fine." I said, "Yeah, she's fine." Looked at it and put it back on my chest.
It looks like they don't have a 5.5 inch version of that I can find anywhere.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I don't see why a newer computer couldn't handle any of that shit, no problem. I mean, you're talking megabytes of size data.
I found out she likes graham crackers, honey graham crackers, cinnamon graham crackers. I had some, and I gave her a little piece of one. She put it in her mouth and kind of gummed it to death. She loved it.
Now, what do the dogs think about her?
Well, if she starts crying, they have a fit because they're trying to tell me something's wrong. But they'll come over here and just sit there and watch her. And when they saw her, they were so excited to see her when she first came in. They were making all kind of racket. She looked down at them and scared, started crying. So I had to sit down and put them next to them, and then they would kind of calm down. She calmed down, but they've got the pack and play has a mesh where you can see through it. And when she's inside it, they're all alongside of it on both sides, just watching her.
Wow.
So they get along. TJ, Max. Look, Tim. Look, Tim. Look, see it? A new one. You
Oh,
only
no,
have to
Gitchy.
technically
Hiking
shoot the
in-
first half today.
Hiking in the cold,
Mm.
kind of nice. I haven't been for years, but I just got a new hammock for Christmas, and I may have to go out and do a winter setup with it.
So you're going to Iowa to see your daughter, right?
Yep.
So
That'll
how
be-
how long are you staying? Just a day or two, or
Yeah, just for the weekend.
okay. So will you drive Friday night and stay, or will you wait and drive Saturday?
We'll probably go Saturday just because of the weather. I'd rather go up during the day, a little bit safer.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I mean, I'm sure she'd rather me come up the next day instead of driving up the night before and being dead. That put a damper on the visit.
Dominic's just waking up.
Yeah, I know.
What time is it there right now, Dominic?
9 a.m.
9:30 a.m. or 9:33.
Not far off.
David's
8:30.
going into nighttime,
Yeah, 8:33 for Tim.
and David is 10:33 p.m. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why you wear your extra thick socks and you wear your gloves. And then when you get to your campsite, you get set up and you crawl into your hammock with your underquilt and your Kindle and just get cozy. But getting out in like freezing weather in the middle of the night to pee, that kind of sucks.
You have icicles,
What I hate
yellow
about
icicles.
what I hate about having to pee in cold weather is that, well, the cold weather makes you have to pee, but then it shrinks it up so much you can't grab a hold of it.
Exactly.
There's a solution for that. Put hand warmers in your gloves. Hand down your trousers. Couple of minutes, sorted.
I never heard of putting hand warmers in your pants.
Now, in your gloves.
I've heard of putting warmer hands in my pants. Speaking of which, thanks, David. Real buddy.
Wait, what?
Actually, just watched a guy do a review on a bunch of electric hand warmers that are charged by USB-C.
Oh, nice.
Don't know what you're on about.
So, have you and Sarah sorted out whether you're having twins or what you're going to have, or
Having any kids?
I thought you were having sextuplets.
Mm.
I
Is
think
Sarah home? Is
I
Sarah
think-
home yet?
I think you'd be a
Yeah, she
perfect
just got
daddy
home like
for a couple
20
more
minutes ago.
Did you have
No,
flowers
okay.
waiting for her? You know, ominous music. She walked through her door. Should tell. Na, 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 na.
And now,
God, you don't know how to treat a woman.
That's interesting.
What?
Take that mount off of the arm, the little shock mount, and that is the thread. Perfect size for my little Rode video mic.
you're gonna go with the roads on the desk?
I don't know, but
It's pretty cool. Why do they put such a short cord on those fucking things?
on
Are they
these,
just yeah?
Because this is just to mount, it's supposed to mount on top of a camera and just plug
Ah,
directly into the
okay.
camera. See, it's got a shoe mount there, supposed to just slide right on the camera and be.
That's what Matt has. He has a really nice Rhodes mic. I think it's like a $500 or $600 one. I think you got it for like 300 used off of Facebook Marketplace.
Mhm. Yep.
Not go unless I have. Do I have an adapter? I think I do.
Yeah, I got like every damn cable and adapter known to man when it comes to computers and live streaming. Because there's a few things I bought and wasn't sure what cable I needed, so I just bought every cable you could buy for it. So now I have cables for everything. Like every type of video cable you can imagine for a computer, I got at least 2 of each. Like VGA to HDMI, DisplayPort to HDMI, DVI to HDMI, DVI to DisplayPort.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, it's enough information to tell me that I don't need to throw it away. That I can make use of it somehow.
On that. It's better than spending $25-$30 buying another one.
Well, it especially if it's something that I don't know that I need, so it'll just sit here. I'll find a place to put it, and if I come up with a use for it, I'll use it. But like I said, this works fine. It's out of shot.
Well, yeah, like I said too, if you got a heavy duty desk, you don't really pick up a bunch of vibrations.
Yeah, like here, I can hit my desk. You can hear
Yeah.
that, but
I didn't hear anything.
you didn't hear that?
No,
No.
No.
But you got to remember too, Zoom has really good noise cancellation too.
Mm.
Nope. Silent as it's silent.
Okay. That works good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoom's always had really, really good noise cancellation compared to the other streaming apps.
The only thing Zoom's got in its favor, really.
Oh, the number of people you can have on a panel.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah,
it
you got to
insane?
Well,
forgot about that.
the only thing that Zoom is lacking is it's a very stable streaming platform. It does really good on that. You can
But-
have a lot of people, but the only thing it's really lacking is being able to do any kind of customization.
Yeah, social
Like you
feature.
can't, right? You can't put a background behind the panel. You can't put, customize the name tags for people. There's a lot of stuff you can't do. If they got those, Zoom would be really, really good.
Yeah, the overlays.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what OBS is for.
On the name or adding, adding scenes and adding things like that.
That's what OBS is for.
Yeah, but you're just doing your block, not everybody's.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like with the
Uncle Bill. Here he is.
Hey,
if you're
Bill.
running the stream, you'd want to be able to customize everybody.
What?
the Sioux Locks, which is up Sault Ste. Marie, which is part of the locks for ships to move back and forth into the Great Lakes, closes
Yeah,
officially on January the 15th for the
Hey,
winter.
everybody,
maintenance.
how's everything going?
It means there's still 6 days left to catch your favorite ship. The locks. will
I'll say one more time. Hello, everybody. How's everything
March the
going?
25th.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you, Dominic.
Dominic's in Australia.
Yep, you're getting close to those locks being shut down.
This Joe, he's in Louisiana. Louisiana. How are you? Missouri, Michigan, England.
Good to see everybody.
Hey,
Howdy.
Hey, how are you?
Josh.
Yeah, Gitchy pretty much said he wasn't going to be around much. So,
Well, good on him then.
Who's that?
Hodges, he said he's pretty much kind of
Yeah, he's
pop in when he
taking.
can.
Yeah,
He's on permanent sabbatical, I guess. I can't hear you guys.
some would say under the thumb.
Yeah.
Others would just say she's
That's
got him
the
in a
fact.
collar. She gets up in the morning. She takes him for a walk, and he
Yeah.
takes the dogs.
Oh, look at the bar.
Yes.
Where is everybody?
Uncle Bill's at the bar.
You guys don't hear shit with me coughing
This
or
is where a
vaping.
lot of people are gonna be, April.
Mm.
Oh, is that where they're going to be coming to?
I mean, I
Yeah.
know Paul's not gonna be here, Donald's not gonna be here, Dominic's not gonna be here, David's
I'd
not
love-
gonna be here.
Captain
Joe,
Joe,
you coming?
I'll
This
know in
depends
about a
on
week.
his schedule.
Joe might be here.
Yeah,
Justin,
he
I don't know
said
about Justin. He lives in Florida. It's really far away.
Yeah.
it is. It's like going across country.
That's Rhonda. Rhonda will be here.
Oh, okay.
I'll get her to say hello to you guys. John will be here. John will be here. Thank goodness.
Donald's
Uh,
definitely not going to be there. He's going to his.
They're just going to have to move that Eclipse a day forward.
I gotta remember to bring my Bluetooth speaker when I do this. I wasn't planning on it, but one drink after work. Long day. How is everybody today?
Yeah.
we're hanging in.
I'm alive.
Ron, you wanna say hello?
Hello.
Hangover hoodie?
Yeah, I'm not hungover though, I swear.
Sounds like a great idea.
This calendar's not updated for April yet. No schedule at all in it for softball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their first game is the 31st of this month. I called the coach today and said, hey, when we're doing team pictures, we got to do them in the next week or so. Probably be in the next week.
Uncle
And,
Bill, you had the camera up to the air like that, and all we could see was sky. And I thought maybe you fell into a great.
There was an airplane
Yeah.
going over.
There's a
Yeah.
plane flying overhead.
Okay.
See you later, guys. I got to run.
Okay.
Catch you later, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
See you in the morning.
Joe's got a photo
do.
shoot to do.
Soccer game
Soccer game. Boys or
in the
girls?
cold.
Boys or
Girls
girls?
soccer, high school, and it's against North Shore. It's a rivalry. They start at 5:30 and it's gonna be about 45 degrees.
Say hi to the gang.
Ugh,
So it's going to be a little bit nipply.
Oh,
very. See y'all later.
Okay.
Adios.
See you, Joe. Now, some places they make the employees park far away from the front so that their employees can, so the customers can screw them. Front row.
I think you got enough space in there to have a drive-in.
gee.
There's plenty of spots. I could park somewhere else.
No, but
I get
I think
I get here at 8 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. There's nobody here, so I park where I want.
Bill, you could a few modifications. You could have drive up straight up to the bar.
Not in this state. Not in any state. What are you talking
Not in
about?
any state that I know of.
Well,
State of
it's not like the
inebriation.
old days. It's not like the old days. You'd have a cooler in the backseat.
Yeah, you
Pass one
hold,
off to the officer.
yeah, hold this while I get my driver's license out.
Yeah, they were a lot more lenient back then. Then the death's kind of gotten away, you know. It's
Hey, Gitchy.
we didn't put the umbrellas back up. We had a tornado watch yesterday. Not watch, warning. Tornado warning was worse than a watch. So they put the umbrellas down. I just realized they didn't put them back up again. Nice today, though.
Gitchy, you take care, my dear.
Beautiful day. Of course, because I'm working. I was off yesterday, so it sucked.
Well, it's
Yeah.
still nice and bright there.
Catch you later, Gitchy.
Sunset.
I mean,
Damn.
look at you. I don't know if you can see it, Bill, but it's dark here.
And you're earlier than me.
Now we're the same time zone, Eastern time zone, but
You're Eastern?
I'm further west than you are.
You're higher too.
What's that got to do with? He's higher.
It's the what? Yeah, it's the curvature of the sunset.
The sun is setting. Yeah. Okay.
Curvature of the earth.
Coverage of your melon. Whatever you say, Dominic, you're a very smart man. You miss no opportunity to let me know it.
Yeah, I think
I don't know. It's not as bright as it looked. This camera does. It's got HDR, blah blah, and it lightens it up pretty well.
Okay.
It's
I
not.
personally
I'm
get
looking at the
tired of
screen,
Dominic
it's
being
not-
a know-it-all.
It's not that bright.
What's that, Donald?
I say I personally get tired of Dominic being a know-it-all.
Yeah.
You know, you're not a know-it-all if you're actually right. Wait, yes, you are.
And that's why Queensland is good in the winter, because the way the sun moves. But in the summer, we get slightly longer days.
Thank you for explaining that to me.
Not by
I
not
feel
by a huge
I
amount.
feel educated now.
Yeah. So Bill feels educated now, Dominic.
I do. I feel like I'm improved.
Well, in some places today, I think it was Iceland and Sweden or Norway or somewhere. It's the first time they had sunlight in 40 days.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
The first
and it was up for 20 minutes.
Hmm.
Just enough
that
to
was-
solar power charge your mobile phone and gone.
Yeah. The days are getting longer in the northern hemisphere. Yeah, this is the hard part of life now.
Did you see that jet crash in Michigan like 4 months ago? I just ran across the video. Didn't hear about that when it happened.
Mm.
Didn't hear about it at all.
Yeah, the pilots ejected, and then it crashed. Watch.
Oh, warplane.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I remember this
probably,
one.
probably an air. Yeah, it was an air show.
F-111?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
God.
A lot of beeps in there.
Oh my god.
That guy, that because
Crazy.
clearly something happened. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank God nobody was hurt.
Isn't it a thing though too? If you go like an ejection can actually end your career as a pilot because
Yes,
it's so
it
rough
does.
on the body.
The G-force
Can injure.
they
Yes.
can't fly again.
Yeah, premature ejection can ruin a date.
Oh,
Well, the
God.
G-string will do that.
Donald knows about premature ejections.
Why would he know that?
I didn't tell him, Bill. I didn't tell him.
Well, I'm gonna go inside and finish my beer. Maybe I'll stop in on the way home.
Okay, all right.
Later. Thanks
Later.
for allowing me to interrupt everybody.
Hey, that's okay, Bill. You're always welcome.
Well, when I can't hear what you're saying, I just can't help but interrupt what everybody's saying. You can't hear shit inside that bar. I noticed you probably couldn't tell, but the music's loud. But anyway, see you soon.
Okay, Bill.
Hey,
See you guys.
Dude, that was a jet from like the 70s or 80s then.
Yeah. Actually, 60s and 70s, I reckon.
can you imagine you're
Yeah.
in the back garden trying to light the barbecue and then that plane hits?
Oh, I don't think it actually hit anything, did it?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, you're trying to light the barbecue and then a fucking plane hits. You walk inside with no eyebrows. Barbecue's lit. Along with the neighborhood.
Pilots will
I think
try
the worst
to.
one I've ever seen was the Shoreham one in the UK.
Yeah. I've watched that. That
Yeah,
was
he
frightening.
actually he went straight into a set of traffic lights, didn't he?
Hmm.
I think he got done for it.
I seem to remember that. I was only watching something about it recently. Came
Yeah,
up
because
on
it
my
only
time.
recently got done. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or the court cases.
Yeah, something popped up on my timeline.
Yeah, because he was doing stupid loop the loops, what he weren't supposed to be doing.
So I'm hoping maybe the Blue Angels will update to some F-35s here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
or maybe some F-22s.
when you see it up close.
Oh, dude, could you imagine what they would do with the squadron of F-22s? The kind of fucking air show they could put on with the squadron of those. How maneuverable those planes are. Man, you could do some really cool freaking maneuvers.
Yeah, because the air disaster is what 2015. I seem to remember. And I think it was only just recently.
Yeah, because he's
about a year ago or so that it was finally signed off on.
Yeah, there you go. It's
yeah.
At least 7 people have died following a plane crash at Shoreham Air Show in Brighton, southeast England. The South East Coast Ambulance Service confirmed the death toll but gave no further information. The plane, a 1950s Hawker Hunter fighter jet, came down as it was performing a loop. Media reports suggest the aircraft stalled mid-manoeuvre.
Oh, shit.
It crashed over the busy A27 road to the north of Shoreham Airport, hitting several cars before coming to a stop in a nearby bush. It's the second deadly incident at the Shoreham Air Show in 8.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing loop the loops.
Yeah. You want to see a loop-de-loop? Watch this.
Yeah, seeing that. But seeing that done live.
That's badass right there.
I know.
Okay,
I saw
I'll just
one of
sit here
those
for a
live.
second.
I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah. Can't do
dude,
that
if you
shit.
tried that with the 4th-gen fighter, and your ass is most likely going to go down, or you're going to break a wing off.
Wow.
That's what I mean. You, as I said, I saw that live.
That's what you call putting it right out there.
No, Lance, are you referring to the Shoreham disaster? As if that
No, 2015.
took 4 years for the investigation, and I think it was another. The COVID pandemic slowed the paperwork down. I think it was November 2022. I think it was signed off on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like over here. If the NTSB does a crash investigation, you're going to be waiting a minimum 2 years before you get to see the report.
2015.
No, that was the one David just showed, and that was back in 2015, Lance.
Hawk T7.
Yeah.
Oh, the one I showed was 4 months ago, if that's the one you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Now
'Cause
all air shows over here now have to be overseas.
Yeah.
Over water?
Yeah.
Disaster.
Which makes you
Well-
laugh because they still hurtle over the top of us.
Well, and besides that, you know, those jets are flying at what, 400 or 500 miles an hour. I mean, how big you got to have a lot of water, you know?
400 or 500 miles an hour is cruising speeds. That's slow speeds for a jet. Well, I'm probably one that old, not, but like an F-15, F-22, you're talking 18 to 2,200 miles an hour at its top speed. Like Mach 2.5. Actually, the F-22, they don't know how fast it goes because they won't tell anybody. It's classified.
Yeah, you can't get up. You can't get up really close to it, but you can get near it. As I found out.
I like in hot shots where the planes are setting off and he's toasting the marshmallows on the engines.
Oh yeah, they didn't let you get close to that F-22, did they, Dominic? I just see a video of Dominic on YouTube running across.
Probably 200 or 300 meters. That was the closest.
They don't want you getting any close-up photography of it or anything.
Well, that's because Dominic looks almost Russian. You know what I mean? It's like...
Thought he was a Russian spy.
Yeah.
Dude, I got in an argument with a dude like a week ago on YouTube because he kept saying France has got like 6 or 7 F-22s. I was like, no, they don't. I was like, the F-22 was banned from being able to be sold to anybody. I was like, they have the F-35, not the F-22. Guy sat there and argued with me for like 3 or 4 days in the comment section of this video.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. That's the F-35, not the F-22. There's only 194 operational F-22s, and the U.S. has every one of them. And there was only ever 200 made. I think, what,
195 ever made.
Yeah, and they were actually supposed to order about 700 of them, but you can thank Bush and Obama for that little fuck up. Because both of them canceled the program.
As good as it looks. Once the F-22 came out, everybody just moved from one end of the airport to the other.
Dude, that's $330 million of get fucked flying in the air.
They had 2 of them there.
Yeah.
They had 2.
That's like
it island topped.
Well, that's like the Gerald R. Ford, the new aircraft carrier. They admit it goes up to 35 knots, but they say it goes way faster than that. They won't tell you, but if you watch videos of that thing will fucking drift in the water, no problem. Just hauling ass. That's a big ass ship.
He might have been actually right, Justin, on a technicality, because France had 22 of them based there for a short while.
Right, but they were flown by American
They were definitely
pilots.
US because we haven't based over here as well.
Then there was one
Ready,
here.
primed for combat missions.
Well, because they're either on U.S. bases or U.S. joint bases, which would be joint bases with the host
I believe
country.
there's one here.
Yeah, there'll be one parked up on a car park somewhere in the UK.
I hate the
Just left
Eurofighter. It's
there.
such an ugly jet.
Yeah.
Looks like a
No
fucking
fan of the
Dorito
Euro.
chip. Yeah, I just don't like the look of the Eurofighter. I think it's an ugly looking jet.
Hey, leave the Eurofighter alone.
Now maneuverability and everything, it does have it, and it's a good plane for what it is. I just don't like the aesthetic look of it.
It's no
It's ugly as
F-22.
shit.
though. That's-
The stealth
F-22
bomber.
just look, dude. The
It's-
F-22 is badass, but it just has that like fucking sexy streamlined look about it.
yeah, you got
What's
like
wrong with the
this.
stealth bomber?
Oh, the B-21 Raider. It's
Yeah.
replacing the B-2. That thing looks badass.
So when are they gonna?
That's in collaboration with us and the US, isn't it?
Yeah. But the other thing I want to
Oh.
know is when are they going to unveil the SR-72?
Well, and then they have, what is it, that XB something or another? It's that 6th gen fighter they're working on.
Yeah, there's still, as I said, you've got the SR-72 and Project Aurora, which is the SR-82.
Yeah. And then you got the DJI stealth drone.
Yeah. and then
Hey there.
there's TR-3B Manta Ray. Which
That's the one that's supposed to be the complementary wingmen of the F-35 and the F-22s, isn't it? Isn't that
the Manta Ray. No, the
isn't
Manta
that-
Ray's the SR-72 is, yes.
because
Well,
they're
you
supposed to be
experiment.
building small autonomous maneuverable jets that will be like the wingmen.
That could be the SR-82. That could be Project Aurora.
That's the one where it's supposed to be like a wingman for the fighter
Yeah.
pilots. It'll be like a swarm of
But
small
they've
little
actually
jets.
actually modified a few F-15s to do that.
What I want to say is, just to fill you all the military personnel with confidence, Boeing are making a lot of these planes.
Actually, Lockheed Martin is the one that made the F-35 and the F-22.
Yeah, Lockheed Martin
That's
made
true.
most of it.
Lockheed Martin's actually the biggest defense contractor in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. 'cause
but
they're
they
the ones
actually
with-
they use Airbus over here for the wings.
yeah,
The top-
Airbus. It's between and Lockheed Martin.
The
Yeah,
top 10
between-
defense.
Lockheed Martin has Skunk Works, and that's where all the magic happens.
Yeah, the top
Yes.
10 defense contractors in the world, 5 of them are American companies.
Yeah,
And Lockheed Martin's the biggest, and they make more money every year than what Russia spends on
Tim-
their entire military.
Tim's asking about the SR-73 or the SR-2600.
He's just being a
No,
smart.
Don't need-
that's
Yeah, we don't need
yet.
to know about them. They're just bridge cameras.
Yeah, they're not out yet.
Hi, Tim.
Project Aurora is the next one they're talking about, and that's already probably.
How you doing,
Uh,
Andrew?
Good, you?
Another day in paradise.
The other, yeah.
On a different note, did anybody hear about Nick Saban, the
Who?
Alabama college football coach?
No, what's happened?
He's retiring.
Oh, okay.
It just announced about 10 minutes ago.
I don't know who that is.
Alabama?
Alabama. Crimson Tide.
Yeah, we know the Alabama around here. We're Michigan.
Yeah.
Keep with the times.
But he's 71, so
Oh,
I think it's about time.
yeah.
There's the new,
That's young for a coach.
and
Not-
here's
not
the
a-
new.
yeah.
This
Look
is
at
the
Sir
new
Alex.
fifth-
Look at Alex Ferguson.
Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah.
and then this is
This
the
is
new
like a decade.
fifth. This,
Over here, it's a young man's game.
Ooh.
Yes. Bring it out.
this is
I saw
the
that.
fifth. Yeah, this is a 5th generation heavy bomber that the U.S. developed.
Yeah.
But Dominic and David, note what's behind the plane.
Yeah, windows.
Yeah.
Behind the plane.
Behind the
Yeah,
plane.
you see that?
Yeah, the sunglass window.
black.
There's
It's
no
the red,
metal
white, blue.
backing.
Big flag.
It's
Big
the
flag.
red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
Yes.
you had to nick our colours, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, you've nicked our colours too.
And I just want to point out that's not red, white, and blue. That is not a blue. That's near a black on that flag in that picture.
Well, we don't have pussy blues on anything, you know?
Oh my god.
Well,
You don't have blue on anything by the looks of it.
It's,
Well,
it's
Yeah,
like a lot of countries' flags got that real pussy light blue. It's like a piss blue.
Hey,
There was actually, there's
guys.
actually,
Well, as
Don't-
you've got the
don't
same
question
blue
David
as
on
we
this one.
have on our flag.
What?
I agree with David here. You guys don't question him on this. He's the expert when it comes to who blew or blows better or whatever. I think he when it comes to bluing.
Oh God. Yeah, put your head back down, Donald. Carry on.
Tim, I don't know.
there's actually, I think, one African country that kind of copied the U.S. flag. I just can't think of the name of it. It looks very similar to the U.S. flag. It was because of the history the U.S. had with that particular country.
I don't
Liberia
know.
has a similar flag too.
They
I thought
designed
the
their
idea
flag out
for
of it.
10 rolls of filament was to keep it dry, not put it in the bathtub.
But if it gets, but from what, Justin, correct me if I'm wrong, if filament gets too dry, it gets brittle, right?
No, you want to dry your filament out. You don't want it moisture in it.
You don't want it moisture, too
You don't
moist.
want to. You've got to say the word moist.
Moist.
You don't want moisture in your filament
Moist.
No? Oh.
because you
Well,
can't.
what I heard was wrong.
Yeah, once it gets too moist, you can't extrude it very well.
I mean, I
Moist.
guess if there might be maybe a specific filament out there that might be the case, but from every filament I've ever heard of, you
Tim
definitely
says,
don't want
Andrew,
moisture in
it's
it.
a joke. You never
I see.
put filament in water.
I wonder, will they come out with a new type of filament on the next generation of 3D printers?
Oh, I'm sure they're already.
No, the
I'm
next gen,
well,
the
they
next generation of 3D printers, you'll click a finger and it'll just suddenly happen. Star Trek style.
Strangely enough, you know the one I was talking about the other day, where you just get a block of plastic and you just drop it in and it'll just melt it and use what it needs. Apparently, they are actually working on that.
Mm.
There are things where you can make your own filament, but from what I've been told by a lot of the people, by a couple people that buy a lot of 3D printing crap, that they're shit at the moment.
Yeah,
They're not that great.
First generation of
Yeah,
technology.
I think it's Cambridge University that's working on it because they want to build. They want to get it where they can build houses with them.
So
I've
they
seen-
want,
they-
so
Fucking Daryl.
so Cambridge University wants to get into the house building business.
They're
what
working-
they're-
no, they're already in there. Every university are in every technology, but they're designing printers that you'll literally just pull it onto site. You put the foundations in, and it'll just print the house there and then. A couple of days later, it's fucking bird nest, and you got a fucking mess on the on the site. You got to knock it down.
There's did you see what Daryl put in the chat? He's calling out the British. He said, "Kicked their ass and stole their colors. Maybe you should do something about it."
There's a few of those around
Yeah, I've seen
sprinkled
that,
across
Tim.
the US that are actually 3D printing pieces of houses and then throw it together.
Mm.
I think one of them is in Justin's neck of the woods.
See here.
I don't think they're fully free printing them, but there are prefabs that they make on the factory now and ship out.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
you nail it together.
The prefab's been a thing for a long while too.
Yeah, but they're going back round in circles, aren't they? We got rid of all the prefabs because they were a fire hazard. Yeah.
Now
Now we're going to bring them back because we need more houses, and then suddenly we're going to be
Well-
like, "Oh crap, they're a fire hazard." Oh
Well,
shit! Back we go.
There is a big
they were talking
prefab.
about making high rises out of wood.
Yeah,
Great idea.
yeah. Come on, we all saw
Dominic.
Grenfell, didn't we?
Dominic, that's a
Yeah.
fire hazard.
Greenfield Towers.
Grenfell Towers, yeah,
Eh,
great idea.
And that may not be the most sturdiest decision.
It's not sturdy, but it's environment. That's all we care about these days. It
Okay,
has
It's
to-
not. It's not environmentally friendly. Think how many trees you have to knock down to build one tower block.
Once
I know that.
you want sturdy, go with concrete.
Okay. So I was right. The Liberian flag was adopted in 1847. It was designed after the American flag,
Yeah, I
which were
thought it
made
was
up,
Liberian.
which
It was Liberian.
was designed by offspring of American and ex-Caribbean slaves.
Yeah.
So they did it as a kind of like a thank you to Indian slavery type thing, and so they designed their flag after the U.S.
I would have thought
So
that.
I knew there was a country out there because I remember hearing about that. Years
Well,
ago.
that was my first thought, and I wasn't.
But the UK flag is on most country flags.
Yeah, we got 30% of our flag is the Union Jack. 30% of it.
It's 25, isn't it? Top corner.
Actually, no, there's been a major discussion recently, and it came out that it's 30%. Yeah, I thought it was 25 as well.
Mind you, there was a thing the other week where a Chinese student was taking a picture of the flag above the Houses of Parliament and noticed it was upside down. Because not many people realise that there is actually a way that the Union Jack has to fly.
So I know sometimes,
and they managed to get it upside down.
Depending on how you have the camera, Android or iOS sometimes flips the picture upside down.
Yeah, but this Chinese student actually took the picture, reported it, and the UK government quickly got it changed.
In the US, if you fly,
you could just see the little guy running up there going, "Shit!"
They had a good talk with Larry the Cat first.
Yeah.
If you fly your flag upside down, like on a building or government building or anything, you'll cause a police response really quick because it's considered a distress.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of schools over the years that accidentally put their flag upside down, and it caused a huge police response because they thought something was wrong.
Well, differently, I've also seen schools, they've redone out front where they write school zone in the road. Well, they misspell school.
Oh yeah, we've had that over here where somebody spelled it SKOOL.
Or SHCOOL.
SCOOL.
Yeah, or it was SHCOOL. I think we had one here that did that.
Oh yeah, we had a sign out of one of our towns between Newberry and Barstow in California, and it was just a little small dinky town, and the name of it was Daggett. Daggett, California, and it was spelled DAGGETT. But for the longest time, they were missing a G out of the sign to get off the freeway.
Yeah, well,
and it was like that for years.
Essex have just spelled Chelmsford wrong. They missed the F out of Fud. And in Swansea, for years, they had a sign up. And in English, it made sense. It was like Swansea City Council, planning department, all this. And then underneath in Welsh, somebody had actually just copied what was in the memo, where it said in Welsh, please turn this into Welsh. Yeah, and just went on. And he just copied the whole thing. Instead of converting the English into Welsh. And it was there for years.
How did somebody not notice?
Because of their planning committee.
What do you want? The reason Welsh is coming back is because the Welsh want to upset the English. We don't give a shit about them, yeah. But they think it's funny, yeah, because when you go into Wales, all the signs have to have the Welsh first and then the English after.
Well, we've got our street signs are now having the Australian name and then the First Nations Indigenous name under it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's silly. You can't.
It's like the Welsh. Yeah, the Welsh train station, the Glanfern Fair, there, go. That one, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the proper name in Welsh. Underneath, where they put it in English, you just put train station.
Is a cousin of Welsh Icelandic?
What?
Is the language
They,
of
they seem to be
Icelandic?
related.
Is
No,
a cousin of Icelandic Welsh?
no. I thought Welsh
But
was Welsh.
you can make a case for it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of languages out there where they're similar and they could actually talk to each other, but just some words are slightly different.
Because I did
Yeah,
leave the
like
long-
like the
Good
English.
American.
You see, the English, we can talk to Australians perfectly fine, but when we talk to the Americans, they fuck it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like Portuguese and Spanish.
Portuguese and Spanish.
that
You
would
can
be
talk-
Italian.
that would be
I-
love language.
I speak
Love languages.
Yeah,
Romance
Romance
languages.
Spanish and
Yes.
Italian
Yeah.
are similar.
I
can
think
understand.
Dominic and I can communicate
Italian.
okay. Dominic, I can speak.
Donald says he can. He
That's
can
fine.
communicate.
I know Australian slang, don't I, Dominic?
Yeah, but you see, but Dominic's been on a lot of panels, so he's learned to talk bollocks, so he could understand you.
Dominic taught me how to say what was that Australian phrase? Fuck off.
Don, that is universal.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
thought it was Australian.
and I'm sorry, but you said it wrong. It's one would like you to fuck off.
Hey, Paul, did you see E.M. Fellings in the chat?
E.M. Felling? I don't know.
Yes.
There's
Dominic, do you recognize?
long time since I've been on the lives, like last year.
Oh yeah,
nice to-
yep. Yeah, the Alpina I got the other day, it was really nice. The Alpina is the oldest ship still navigating and operating on the Great Lakes.
Nice work.
EM says hello to you, Dominic. He picked you out of the herd.
I said hello as well.
Yeah.
So what are you
Yeah.
up to, E.M. Felling?
We used to have we'd get a lot of people coming in from Brazil during the summertime down here. And most of the guys that spoke Spanish at Walmart were able to translate enough to help
Brazilian
them.
and Brazilian and
Mexican.
Portuguese are very similar too.
Right, there was only a few words where that might mean something else
Yeah.
but it was enough to where they could speak about 98% to each other without getting confused.
Yeah, same as I said, same as Italian and Spanish. And I can pick up a few words from French as well.
Actually, I think isn't Italian considered the easiest language to learn?
I'm not totally sure about that. I was brought up on it, so
Well,
But I haven't-
Italian is second nature to Dominic.
was
But did you know
30 years.
for a short while, I think it's about 6 years, the British actually spoke French.
That'd be interesting.
That's why there's a lot of French words in the English language.
Yeah.
English
well,
language is actually the hardest language to learn, they say.
Which one?
The English language.
Yeah, no, because people like you keep twisting it and
Yeah,
It's the punctuation and stuff that throws people
When you've
off when
got-
they're learning it.
You've got English, and then you've got but then you've got different dialects. You've got UK English. You've got
what is it that
American
you put at the end of a sentence, Justin?
English, and New
Period.
Zealand.
A period. Do you know what a period is?
Why do I-
But see, that's where the
David.
English language gets confusing because period can mean multiple different things.
No,
Yeah.
it's a full stop.
Yes.
It's not a
Full
period. A period is a woman's monthly cycle.
Now, a period is,
Oh,
is a
for
time
fuck's
is,
sake.
is
It
a
is
measure
set
of
measurement of
as well.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Measurement.
measurement of time or a woman's.
And this is
menstrual
where,
cycle.
then this is what I'm saying is that's why the English language is the considered
Uncle
the
Bill
hardest
is
to learn,
back.
because multiple words can, or one word can mean multiple things.
And yes,
Mm.
David, weren't we talking about this the other day where I was talking about how the French why we call words like beef when it's on the table, but it's cow out in the field? It was because of the royalty speaking French, and when they had their food, it would be the French name for the meat.
Ah,
And then when it was raised by the
Officer
peasants,
Joe.
they would have the English word for the.
I've got a feeling Uncle Bill's changed into Captain Joe.
Yeah.
Like, how do you
I'm
say,
back.
how do you say Z, David?
Z.
That-
Yeah,
What
why-
happened, Joe?
So you spell Z, Z-E-D? Z?
It's XYZ.
X-Y-Z.
No, Z.
Game is at 7 p.m. tonight.
Oh, it's 6:22.
No, it's 5:22.
Yeah,
They
time.
changed it. Now that's why I don't like soccer, because they changed the crap and they never tell you.
Oh yeah. You gotta love that. Right, Don?
Did you drive all the way over there?
Oh yeah. I drove up there and the stadium's empty. And I said, "What the F?"
Mark.
At the end of a sentence that isn't a question is a full stop. That's how you end a sentence. Or you have quotation marks, or
I wouldn't know.
exclamation
We've never
mark,
heard you end a
or a
sentence.
comma.
Are
We
you
don't-
are you an
We don't
English
know
major,
what a
David?
full stop actually sounds like for you in England, David, because we've never heard you stop talking.
Well, you have, because I'll let you speak, haven't I?
Hey Justin, look at this. This
Oh,
one
again.
even has a needle in it.
Oh, it came with a nice little.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
nice little pack.
Well, the other one had a pack like that, but this one actually has the needle in it that the other one didn't.
Right. Well, you got the upgraded, so they gave you more free shit with it.
I'm wondering
Yeah,
if
right.
that other one you got wasn't a return. It wasn't new.
And this one's all metal. But the other thing was, I was afraid to bend it.
I like how
No,
he's got
you
the
were-
printed egg where the printer should have been.
No, you'd be able to definitely tell if it was a return, the way they pack those things.
Yeah, when you've got 16 labels on the fucking box. You remember that, Justin?
Yeah, I remember that.
Fucking Amazon delivered my printer and it had 16 different addresses on it.
Because that'd be confusing. Okay,
Oh,
which
that thing looks beastie.
Had a
compared to
screen
the
and
other.
everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that everything's more beefier on that one.
And it's direct drive too.
initial thoughts on pre-setup? Joe?
Setup's easy. I'm worried about how it's gonna print.
Do you think you're gonna like it more than your other one?
Tune in tomorrow and find out.
I
I mean,
sure
if
hope so.
anybody's interested, just go ahead and go to the website Joe did, order the shitty one, and then call them back in 2 weeks and tell them it's not working and get a free upgrade.
That is correct.
Mark?
No fly drones, full stop. You don't actually say full stop, you just put a dot, but it's called a full stop.
Mark says COQ is the French word for chicken.
Yep.
Didn't know that. Don, did you take French?
No.
Spanish?
A lot of
Took
people
Spanish.
take.
You have to do French over here.
Well, yeah, that's because they don't know which country's going to be in charge.
Well,
They might come back.
yeah,
Because it's our closest neighbour and
Well,
our
I'm
closest ally.
Well, I'm assuming
Even
it's.
though we hate the fuckers.
Well, I'm gonna assume that it's kind of like over here. You probably don't end up remembering half of it after you get out of school. right?
Don't remember any of it after the lesson. What on about?
Yeah. Not very many people really get any benefit from doing language classes in high school.
Yeah, you walk out the lesson, you're like, what the fuck was all that about?
Joe Lance is asking, was Johnny having the same issues and didn't he return his?
He returned his, but I think he's getting the same one. It was Amazon.
He's getting the same printer
Oh.
that was bad.
Joe ordered it from a different
I-
company, so
I'm wondering how many of that printer are going to have that issue.
Well, he wouldn't tell me, but he kind of hinted that something was wrong with it.
Just one or two things.
like I said, find out which site that Joe ordered it from. Order the shitty one. Call him back in 2 weeks, bitch and moan, and you'll get a new one. You'll get the upgraded one for free. Oh, I mean, for the you won't have to pay the extra cost for the upgraded one.
Discount.
Because you would have had to pay what, another 180 or something to get that one?
About 160.
Yeah. That's a hell of a discount.
What are you working on there, Don?
I'm just doodling.
Doodling?
Doodle, doodle, doodle.
David, technically, isn't the US the UK's favorite ally?
No. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Our closest ally is France.
Yeah, closest physically, but closest
No.
in relations.
In relations is France.
Oh,
Interesting.
Not militarily.
Not militarily.
No.
because
You're definitely more
Not
closer
to
to
the
the
War of
US when
Roses.
it comes to that.
But
Because
when it
the
comes to
US
when it comes
So-
to relations, yeah, France is our closest ally.
Well, yeah, that's because the relations in France, they believe in inbreeding, don't they?
I don't fucking
Yeah.
know. Politically.
Oh, politically. Okay.
is actually the three closest at the moment is actually the UK, the US, and Australia. They got that.
Actually
that-
came with a
that
book, too.
military pack.
Ooh,
Yeah, there you go. Not just a big
Yes.
newspaper.
The AUKUS Treaty. Yep. We're good friends with the US.
Oh yeah, the last 5 years has really, really gotten close.
Well, that's because we got Tim sent over there as an ambassador.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We got Tim and we got Matt.
And you guys forgave us. So instant friendship.
Oh my god.
Possible Dubia.
Well, now, Dominic, your family
No.
originated from what, Ukraine or what?
Italy.
My parents were from Italy.
Italy.
Calabria in Italy.
Okay.
Same
So-
town the Versace's came from.
So did both of your parents
Different side of
have
the
a,
tracks.
have a friend, mutual friend that set your parents up?
And what was that?
Did your parents have a mutual friend that set them up?
More than likely, yeah.
Well, back then, a lot of the marriages were set up by other people.
Yeah.
There wasn't dating going on like there is today.
Yeah. 'Cause my old man came from a town in Calabria, or a commune, probably, Dalianova, which is where the two Versace's came from, Donatella and Gianni, the late Gianni.
Are the Versace still there?
I don't know.
Alexa,
Do you think?
I know
6:15
Donatella
along,
Is that 6:15 in the
and
morning
Gianni's
or in the
gone
evening?
down.
evening.
Alarm set for 6:15 p.m.
Yep.
So have you ever tried to trace your family back further than that?
I've only really gone back about 3 generations.
So your great grandparents then, right?
Great. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found a few in Brooklyn, New York.
Ooh,
And that's on
that's kind
my
of cool.
mother's side.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just trying
Just
Distant,
crazy shit.
distant cousin.
to. I believe I found a distant cousin, but I haven't been able to verify it because paperwork back in those days was pretty much. Yeah, Reggio Calabria. Yeah, the toe of Italy, we'll call it. Yeah, because if you go back, you go back further. There is a Giovanni Papasergio that was born in Aurora, New York. Aurora? Is there an Aurora or something similar to that name in New York? Something like that. Near
There isn't
Brooklyn. I think it's near Brooklyn.
I think it's in Aurora, New York, and it's near central New York, southern central New York.
How far is that from Brooklyn?
About 4 to 5 hours.
Okay. So he must have been either born there or moved there and then moved to Brooklyn.
There's a good chance they came in from Italy to New York and then went out from there.
Yeah. Because we're talking 1860s.
Yeah.
Because
that sounds about right.
We're led to believe because you can't really do much records.
Are you talking about cities named Aurora?
What's that?
You talking about cities named Aurora in the U.S.?
Yeah, city Aurora, New York.
Oh, because there's 26 actual cities named Aurora in the U.S.
Okay.
There is I think the most common one that most people know is Aurora, Colorado.
Well, if I put in my
there's something similar to that, is what we believe. Giovanni Papasergio was born in 1850s or 60s.
Yeah, so there is one in New York.
Yeah, okay. That's probably where he was born then.
Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, and Wisconsin.
Okay.
It
I was
sounds
gonna
like
say I have a shoot in Aurora, Missouri pretty soon.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what we've been told, or it's been handed down through generations. That it was a Giovanni.
I'm wondering how, Dominic, I'm also wondering how common Giovanni name is, you know?
Yeah,
Like-
that was the first name. Okay.
Yeah, right about there, southwest of Auburn.
Okay. Yeah.
That's like
it's been handed down through generations.
Max.
I believe he was Aurora, New York, and then went to work on the Brooklyn Bridge, I believe.
That's possible because that would have been more work than there would be in Aurora.
Yeah, because he was either a carpenter or a manual laborer, because my father was a mechanic.
Because if he was if he worked on the railroad, he would have gone north to up towards Utica and Syracuse and worked on the railroad to go west toward Buffalo.
Yeah.
Don't mention manual labor because Justin doesn't know what that is.
Fuck off.
Justin thinks manual labor is the president of El Salvador.
That's a good one.
Done.
Because my father goes back a few generations in Italy, whereas my mother's side, I believe they moved from Italy to the US, and I believe they might have also gone to Canada.
So there's 41 different cities in the U.S. with the name Springfield. And this is why nobody could ever narrow down where the Simpsons were actually from.
I believe that would be Massachusetts.
No, they never actually say where they're from.
Mm-mm.
They've hinted at it, but the hints can kind of give you just so vague that you could actually fit it to a lot of
Okay,
different places.
John, you've seen The Simpsons, right?
I've seen The Simpsons. I haven't really watched The Simpsons.
I haven't watched it in about 15
What,
years.
what is your
Yeah,
guess
neither.
on which Springfield they're
Illinois.
talking about in The Simpsons?
Well,
Okay. You can tell us why?
because that's what it says online. The Simpsons is actually based on Springfield in Oregon.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is that official or just a?
Well,
That's
there was a lot of states that were claiming they were the official Springfield. I don't think that was ever actually said in from the
Matt
creator of the show.
Matt Greening, Growing, or whatever his name is,
Growing
reveals the location of the real Springfield.
Oh,
And it's
so he actually
Springfield,
came out and said
Oregon.
it. Because
Yeah.
for the longest time, they didn't. That everybody would claim that they were from Springfield, and they actually built a full replica of the Simpsons house. You remember that? And
Yeah.
they gave it away during a contest. It looked just like all the colors and all the weird shapes and shit in the house. Like it looked like a carbon copy out of the show.
Yeah, but it's no good if you ain't got Ned Flanders next door to bully.
Hmm.
Howdy-o, neighbor.
Oh, and that was his
You gotta
wife that
post
died.
having it,
Yeah.
man.
They killed off Ned Flanders' wife a long time ago.
Mrs. Flanders?
Yeah, it was just him and the boys after that. She died in some kind of accident or something. I can't remember. It was years ago. Yeah, but for the longest time, there was always a huge argument of what Springfield they were from. And
Yeah.
they never actually said. But I guess he must have
Been
finally
going
came
for
out.
30 something years.
Are they ever going to?
He actually revealed it in 2021.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't watched The Simpsons since about 2011. So that's 13 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched it.
Hmm.
Are they ever going to just end The Simpsons?
No.
No, as long as it keeps making money.
Exactly.
I mean, it's one of the longest running shows of any type.
I want to know what Bart and Lisa's secret is, why they never age.
Yeah. It's not
Because-
it's not the longest running show.
They're vegetarians.
So this is
Oh, they're
the
not.
Aliens.
Of course they're at least Bart's a
Possible.
vegetarian.
Bart's not a vegetarian. Lisa is.
No,
So
Bart
then-
has to be a vegetarian. He always goes around saying, "Don't have a cow, man."
What?
so this was the actual house when they made it. And then this is what it looks like now. So whoever bought it just really did not take care of it. Like you think, being a replica of a famous TV show, you'd want to keep it like mint, because you could potentially have a lot of people wanting to come in and look at it. You can actually make money off of doing tours of it.
Hey,
Yeah.
No,
Because the-
decorate it up and Airbnb that thing out.
That's
that
what I'm
one-
saying.
Exactly.
Or you could actually turn it into like a Simpsons museum.
Museum.
At one point, they
You know?
did that with the house in California from Full House,
Brady House.
and then the Brady House.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of the famous houses, like the one from Christmas Vacation, there was
They
a
just
lot.
destroyed.
Yeah, because it was the lot on the studio that had all
Mhm.
the streets of random houses
Yep,
they
and
built and used.
they just tore it down just a while back.
Yeah, I watched a guy do a final walkthrough of it, a tour of it right before a couple
Daily
months
Woo?
before they tore it down.
I'm going to throw something in.
White dude with the beard.
Oh.
I think it was Daily
Gonna-
Daily Woo that.
Yeah,
did it
yeah,
for-
Daily Woo. Yeah, that's the name of his
Yeah.
channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Uh,
throw something in that David will understand more than anybody else. The neighbor's house is about 45-minute drive from where I am.
the neighbor's house. Which one? Harold.
The one, you remember the one you see in the original credits?
Oh, the one in the credits, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't the street actually still exist, doesn't it? The whole
Yeah.
street.
Yep. It's not Erinsborough.
No, that's fictional, isn't it?
Yeah. It actually
Ooh.
it's in Dever Hill, so it's pretty similar in name. In Dever Hill.
Amityville whorehouse, Tim.
The Amityville.
Does Summer Bay
Whorehouse.
exist?
Summer Bay, not officially. It's regional New South Wales. It's about an hour or two out of Sydney, I reckon. But I've never really watched it.
It puzzles me. That was one of the poorest received Australian shows over here, and they kept it and got rid of Neighbours.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool,
Tim.
Tim. But that's what I'm saying, Tim. Like, if you have a house that's like that iconic and you're getting that many visitors, take advantage of it. Like that lady that owns the house from Breaking Bad, right? They get hundreds of people coming through that neighborhood every day to look at that house.
She
Apparently, oh yeah, dude, she does not. I'm like, dude, embrace it. Like, you could literally, like, that's what I said. You could make more money by buying another house to live in and turning it into like a.
Can you still watch Neighbours over in Australia?
People go through it.
Dominic?
It's on at weird times now.
Yeah, because it's Amazon over here.
And you make sure the house is pristine to the actual TV show or movie, so it looks identical. Set up a little museum, $5 a head. You let people come in. Fuck, dude.
The Home Alone.
See, most of the shows that I would say, not many people are going to know anything about.
Actually, wasn't the?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wasn't the Home Alone house on that street of houses, Donald? One they actually used for filming?
No.
Because the thing is a lot of movies, they took shots of houses, but where they actually filmed was completely different location.
No, the Home Alone house. No, that's a huge house.
I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Christmas Vacation was there.
Yeah, that one I know.
The shows here would be basically they do the front shots of it, but it would be filmed in a studio.
Well, I'm just saying, if I had an opportunity to buy a house that was that famous, dude, you totally take advantage of it. You could pay for that house in a year or two, just letting people take tours through it.
Yeah,
it's like Only Fools and Horses. They recorded that in Peckham, the actual pub scenes and everything else, but the actual inner flat scenes that was actually recorded in Bristol.
Now, have you watched Young Sheldon?
Sound stages.
Yes, Young Sheldon.
Yeah, that house was there, wasn't it?
The grandmother's house across the street. The exterior was there, but they shot the interiors like several miles away. But because they were taking them down off the studio lot since they're tearing those houses down, that's why the tornado hit her house at the end of the last season.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so weird when he was doing a tour through there too, because it looked like a modern neighborhood, but it was just, all filming houses. You go inside, the houses were all kind of gutted inside, so they could remove
it was
walls.
the Marcus Welby house was there, and that house, the Marcus Welby house, was also, they trashed it and made it the exterior of Cheech and Chong's house in Cheech and Chong's next movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as the replica they made in One Night in Blazing Saddles.
Okay. They did the movie Streets of
But
Fire.
they built the exact replica of Rockbridge.
Okay. But Tim, Streets of Fire took place in like an apocalyptic just hellhole.
Oh, there was a couple of times my dad's tow company, quite a few times actually, where we had movie production companies come to my dad because he had a couple big junkyards full of old junk cars. And they would come to him and say, we need 30 cars and we need you to bring them out here and just kind of flip them upside down, just kind of make it look, and they would show them where they wanted them. Oh, dude, it was a big money maker every time one of the production companies came in, because they would pay $200-$300 per car to have brought out for the shoot. And you're talking 20, 30 cars. That shit adds up.
I'm
That
trying
was
to
back
remember.
in the 90s. That was good money in the 90s.
Mm.
One of our friends, she had a 1950s chest of drawers, and she put it on Facebook Marketplace for 20 quid. And a production company turned up, looked at it, and said, "We'll give you 500 for this, and if you're willing to sell the rest of the furniture, we'll give you £1,000."
Did they do it?
Yeah.
Now that sounds like an episode of Bargain Hunt.
Gone wrong.
Yeah.
My uncle had an old convertible. I don't remember
David
what
Dickinson.
model it was, but they rented that quite a few
You're not on
times.
David. You're not still on David Dickinson, are you? With Bargain Hunt.
Yeah, we're still on that.
He's gone. He went a long time ago.
Oh,
It's Tim Wanacott, and they got rid of him, and now it's just any old person that walking past.
wasn't
Team where they were
Fiona
under the
Bruce
cover.
on that for a while?
Now,
TJ.
are you on about Flog It? David Dickinson does, or he does Real Deal now. David Dickinson's Real Deal.
Yeah, it's hard to find those shows over here, but I did love Bargain Hunt.
I remember when Julia Roberts came out to do Aaron Brockovich, because that town Hinckley was only like 20 miles from where I lived. It wasn't very far. I actually had some family that lived out there, but she rented out they rented out the entire Hilton hotel so nobody else could be in the hotel at the time. Just because
Dominic,
she was there.
Let me take you back many years. Queen Bee.
No.
You'll know it. Queen Bee. And the ladies. Prisoner Cell Block H.
Oh, yeah, got it. Well, we called it Prisoner, you called it Cell Block H.
We called it Prisoner Cell Block H.
And Prisoner with Patrick McGowan, a really great. That was another great TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Just a shame they put it on too late over here. It's always on at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
because it was an hour after you guys showed it.
Wasn't that the show about a guy who was trapped and he was scared to fight balloons?
What's a Fire? I've never heard of that movie. Oh, and if anybody hasn't seen Dumb Money, the one that Dre recommended, watch it. It's a really good movie.
I think Donald's on about Up.
No, I'm talking about The Prisoner.
Wow.
No, Prisoner Cell Block H was a series.
Yeah, it was a series.
Australian one.
The guy was scared of.
No, it's all women.
Oh, okay.
And I'll throw a little bit of trivia in there. That was filmed at Fairley Women's Prison, which is about a 10-minute drive for me.
See, I'm thinking of the sci-fi show, The Prisoner.
Yeah.
The Prisoner, different to Prisoner.
Hey,
here he is.
Uncle Bill.
Never heard of that movie, Tim. I was just watching the
Drinks
trailer.
of Fire. The other one with Michael Parra and
Yep.
the song "I Can Dream About You."
I could dream about you.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Please
and
don't.
the song "Nowhere Fast."
Yeah,
a
bad movie actually.
Written by Jim Steinman, the same guy who was responsible for Bat Out of Hell.
Yeah.
Oh yes. From Meatloaf.
Yeah, don't mention Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Meatloaf sang the songs. Jim Steinman was one who did
I
the
know
music.
that. There we go. I know that, but Meatloaf Australia is a topic that people don't want to talk about.
Why? He was a good singer.
Absolutely butchered singing at the AFL Grand Final here.
Yeah, Mark knows what I'm talking about.
He died the same year as her mum.
Wish I had some.
A couple of weeks after.
Ooh.
I think it was
authentic Meatloaf actually sounds good.
I'm going to remember. It was 2021, wasn't it?
Yeah. January 2021.
Yeah. About 3 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago.
Oh, Uncle Bill.
What were you saying about Meatloaf there?
Correct.
Andrew?
There was fear in the air.
It's 2022 then. My mum died in 2 years ago. I've just
Okay,
had.
I need to look it up then.
Were you wanting to have meatloaf?
I've lost track of time.
Meatloaf actually is very good, Don.
You are correct. January 2022.
Yeah, that's the one. 20th of January.
Smoked meatloaf is the best. And there's people in the chat who will back me up on that.
What about Milo?
He died.
Don
smoked meatloaf is the best.
smoked meatloaf.
Bullwinkle meatloaf.
All this talk about meatloaf has made Paul hungry.
Is it making David hungry?
Don't do it right.
Not for meatloaf, it isn't.
Yes, a young boy down in the gutter. He was starting to foam in the heat. Oh, baby, you're the only thing in this whole world. See, that's reminiscent of my high school years, actually. That song came out, what, 1978, 77?
77, 78.
Some light.
We're in
And
high
I
school in the
graduated-
70s.
Gotta make it out. Make it out.
He had a huge album, and then wasn't able to replicate it for
Baby,
15
you're the
years.
only thing in this whole world that's good. That's good.
That's because he tried to follow up without Jim Steinman.
Mm.
When he joined back up with Jim Steinman, Bad Out Hell 2, what happened?
Yep. So it was all Jim Steinman rather than Meatloaf himself.
No, because Jim Steinman didn't have any big hits without Meatloaf. He had he had a couple that got some traction with other artists, but yeah.
Like a bat in the hell, I'll be gone when the morning comes. Man, who didn't scream that out when you heard that song?
Yeah, exactly.
I like that song.
On a hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses?
Wasn't he like a really cool guy in person though too?
He offered me his job. I can't
Yes.
remember now. Wait. Yeah.
Will he offer me his hunger? Yes.
Hunger? Yes.
And will he starve without me? Yes.
And then
will
you've
he
got
love me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? That kind of reminds me of
Yeah.
Tenacious D.
On a hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses? Yes.
Sounds like shit
I
Jack
bet
Black would
you
say.
say that.
Say that too.
To all the boys.
See, Meatloaf was one of the greatest out of America. We don't count anyone great out of Australia because they sent us Kylie and Jason.
Oh,
And
come on.
then,
Don't be so harsh.
And then Canada was Chesney Hawkes.
Yep.
when he performed at the World Cup and everyone was like, "What the fuck? He's performing to an England game and he's Canadian," and everyone was like, "What? Why? Where did he come from?"
David, what about Ozzy? Ozzy Osbourne.
What about him?
He's British, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't you hear the thunder?
A lot of the greatest music artists are British. And that
True.
is a fact before anyone even argues that.
Yeah,
oh, no.
Black Sabbath.
I mean,
Black Sabbath, Deep Purple.
and so many of them were from Manchester.
Yeah, but how many?
Yeah.
And where did they have to come to really blow their career up, David?
Well, yeah, a lot of them went to America and blew the career up. It was the bloody biggest mistake they ever made.
Well, if you want to get worldwide,
Yeah, making all those millions of dollars. I feel so sorry for them.
I was just
Those
talking
poor
to
guys.
I was just talking to my wife last night. I had a song in my head. I was like, I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank, and it took me. I sat there for half an hour trying to remember the Stone Roses. Man,
Oh, yeah.
that was a dang good band that should have gone bigger.
Yeah, there's a lot of those
Status
bands.
Quo.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Really?
bands in the mid-90s that just went nowhere.
really funny how iconic the
Come
one hit
from the land
wonder
down
songs get.
under.
Yeah, like Chesney Hawkes One and Only. That was a one-hit wonder.
Well, look at fucking
Oh.
Vanilla
I can't
Ice of all
say the
people.
name, but I can say the song. The woman that sang I love you, always, forever, near and far, oceans together. Yeah, she was a one-hit wonder because she actually claimed.
Robin something.
No, Donna Lewis, I think her name was.
Donna
Yeah,
Lewis.
Yeah, I
that
really
sounds
shouldn't be
right.
saying her name because I worked on her case because she claimed she couldn't walk, and my AO at the time when I worked for Benefit Fraud, she gave me the file that afternoon, one afternoon, and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, I'll deal with that tomorrow." And then when we went home, my AO rung me. She went, "That file we was looking at today, was that Donna?" And I went, "Yeah." Why? He went, she went, "Turn on Top of the Pops." Put it on. She's fucking bouncing around on stage. She couldn't claim she couldn't walk.
Interesting.
Well, it's like look at Vanilla Ice, right? He was a one-hit wonder, and his album went diamond.
Ice, baby.
And everybody to this day can think of that song. If you bring it up, they'll know exactly who you're talking about. Crazy how
he tried many comebacks, but never was able to hit the highs of that.
Well, even for big artists,
some say it was a ripoff of another song.
Yeah.
Oh, he lost that lawsuit.
That shit fight is still going on today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he officially lost the lawsuit on that.
What, Laura?
Yeah.
Yes, he had to pay Queen and David Bowie.
Yeah, it still pisses me off.
Yeah, it's a Queen
on the
song,
radio,
Laura said.
and I get excited that David Bowie's on, and it turns out to be Vanilla Ice, and it pisses me off. I'm like,
and I'm going to throw another one in there. It's the
he owes you money, Don.
It's the 11th of January. The 11th of January is when I found out that David Bowie had died.
Mm-hmm.
So,
also, Don McLean.
See, two of the greatest, I think they were both American, two greatest artists that came to tour over here, and one of my friends loved both of them. She had tickets for Elvis Presley.
Yep.
The day she got him, he died, right? And then she got tickets for Billy Fury, and he died.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah. And she would not buy any other pop tickets ever again.
She want to be responsible for their death.
And she should be buying Justin Bieber tickets then.
Unfortunately, she's passed away now, but
I mean, even by today, I mean, you could be like as big as Taylor Swift is at the moment, right? She would be hard pressed to ever hit a diamond record ever again because people just don't buy hard copies of discs.
Well, that's the problem. No one buys hard copies anymore. They download.
What do you mean right now? Taylor Swift's been big for years.
Oh, I'm saying, but right now she has blown up over the past like 6 months with that big tour she's doing.
Oh, she's
yeah.
Yeah, been one of the number one recording artists in the world for like 10 years.
Because I think she's coming here next month.
But you know, back in the 90s, if you had a big hit album like that, you know, you could easily sell 1 million, 2 million records the first week.
By the way,
you'd be lucky to get 400,000.
Dominic, what did you think of that video I sent you earlier? The menopause.
Hilarious.
I think she's going.
I would play it on here, but I think it might offend a few people.
Yeah, generally people get offended these days by anything.
Like, you think that
I did send it to Justin, but he's not seen it.
What's the music agency that does all the ratings? Was it the RIA or something like that? You know, you think they would start adjusting their stuff for digital music now.
Yeah.
Who's sharing Taylor?
Oh, you're going to get killed here.
Someone's up for a murder.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
I say good on.
I've got a feeling this is Paul sharing this. He loves Taylor Swift.
Well, I say good. I'm not a huge fan of her music, but I say good on her for being able to generate that amount of hysteria and be able to, you know, pack out as many stadiums as possible. I say good on her. I'd love to know how she did it. They should be, you know,
Oh, Mark. Oh God, that sucks.
Oh, I don't
Mark.
know. I think talent, beauty, you know, timing. I mean, she's got a lot going for her, that kid.
but not everybody that has talent and beauty is going to be as big as her.
Well, I hear she sucks a mean cock too, so that probably helps.
Probably where she got. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Mark. Leonard Skinner became
Songwriters, promoters. I mean, there's a lot to it.
Plane crash. Well, Dwayne Allman and the Allman brothers, they were another one that got injured in a plane crash. We could talk about many that had been injured in plane crashes.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't there a whole band that died in a plane crash?
Leonard Skinner.
Leonard Skinner, yeah, that was
Skinner
it.
was one of them.
Daryl said Illuminati.
Dwayne Allman was killed in the plane crash too.
The Grey Ghost.
Buddy Holly.
That's the song. Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper.
Yep.
J.P. Richardson. There was a third member on that.
Oh, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens.
And it inspired American
Right.
Pie, Don McLean. So we
Don
come back to
McLean,
Don McLean
yeah.
again.
And Leonard Skinner
Yeah.
didn't even hit their peak before they died, like of what they could have been, right?
Yeah, well,
Don
they had two
McLean is
great-
still alive.
They had two. Well, they died in something, didn't?
No, Don
didn't-
McLean didn't die. He just sang
No,
about it.
no, I'm talking
Yep.
about Dwayne Allman. Oh, motorcycle accident. Thank you, JD. I knew he died of something. I thought it was a plane crash. Steve Vai, I think, is another one that died in a plane crash.
Steve Vai.
Yeah, I
Looking
think.
good, Joe. Looking good.
I thought Steve Vai was still alive.
Okay, well,
Ooh.
there's one of his contemporaries died in a. Who was the
Now I gotta go plug it in.
Who was the
I'm
guy
going
that died in a crash that was a
Here
good
we
guitar?
go.
Stevie Ray Vaughan is who you're thinking of.
In
Stevie
five.
Ray- Steve
You got
Vai.
a countdown before you plug it in.
I can't
Right.
believe.
We're having a
sorry.
countdown.
Yeah, no, I'm not plugging it in.
Two.
I'm just plugging, not turning it on yet.
I apologize to Stevie Ray Vaughan, Steve
Stevie
Vai.
Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray Vaughan and Steve Vai mixed up. Sorry.
I didn't even realize that today was the anniversary of David Bowie's death until you said that.
And the reason why I know that is because he died and then I end up in hospital having an emergency hernia operation and spent 15 days in there.
Yeah.
So remember that day.
Don, that would be our tomorrow,
Yeah.
the 11th.
January
'cause
10th, regardless. January 10th, and I'm on January 10th. So that would be my
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, so January 10th, and when I heard it was the 11th. I heard it late in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And then that night, I go to bed and wake up the following morning, which was the 12th, not knowing that I had a hernia issue and felt sick for most of the day, couldn't sleep. And then on the 13th, I went to the emergency department when I was frothing at the mouth and everything. And they said that you've got a emergency hernia operation. If you don't have it very soon, you're going to die. So,
wow.
Yeah, this time of year always gives me a little bit of the.
Nothing to say to that, Donald?
What?
I figured with the frothing of the mouth, you would have came up with something.
I got out of hospital on the 25th.
No,
Okay.
why would I do that?
Yeah, really. What are you
I'm
trying to
just,
say?
well, I mean, just from his last like 5 penis jokes in the past 2 days he made. Figured he'd have come up with something.
Dominic nearly died, man. That's
Penis.
not funny. That's
I
not
don't know why
cool.
you're joking, Justin.
Yeah, not cool.
God.
Inappropriate.
Oh, that's
I'm still waiting.
the
And
first.
Donald already broke his New Year's resolution anyway. He said he was going to turn over a new leaf and he was going to be really respectful.
Yeah, so
I said
that-
I was going to try. I'm in
No,
the process.
he said he was going to turn over a new leaf. He went outside, got the tree, and turned the leaf over.
You know, it's a process. We can't look for the reason so many New Year's resolutions fail is because people fail that first time and then just give it up. But it's a process. It's a
Right.
it
So
is.
when you want to do it, you just say try at the end of the resolution. It doesn't matter whether you do it or not.
no.
I tried.
I'm doing my
I
best.
tried. I kept my resolution. I tried.
Oh.
Well, Bill, did you hear about David's near miss?
No. What? He missed the toilet again?
No, he had an episode, and he fell down between the couch and the wall.
Table.
And
Table.
David, give us the info.
I had a seizure, fell in between the table and the sofa with my face up against the sofa, could hardly breathe. Laura rescued me.
Laura pulled him out of it before he passed out.
Well done, Laura.
That's
You're
not what
luck-
everyone else has been saying.
You're lucky.
Yeah,
You're lucky Laura was there.
As many times as she's threatened your life in the past 6 months.
Yeah, but she only lifted me head up and went, sign this first.
You just signed this waiver.
Well, yeah, because like say she sprained your ankle picking you up, you'd probably sue her. Frick.
Yeah, so that was a good thing, and he's recovered.
Well, thank God. Seriously.
You're doing quite well, David.
Yeah, mind you, 2019, she nearly bumped me off. I said to her on the Thursday I didn't feel too well. She's like, "Oh, it's man flu." And I stayed in bed until the Sunday, and I said to her, "I think I'm dying. I really think I'm dying." And she said no. And I pestered her to hell, and she decided, right, then I'll take you to the hospital. Got to the hospital. 20 minutes later, I'm on life support.
Yes.
So did you die?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, you're wrong. That you were wrong again.
Nearly died.
Yeah, that's fucking chilly.
I died in 2021 when I got COVID. Technically, because I was out for 8 minutes. 8 minutes, 8 seconds, I think.
Died in
Stop
2020.
breathing.
I thought I smelled something.
What did
Hey,
you
I'm gonna
say?
go inside, guys.
This is like
Okay,
Miracle
Bill.
Max. No, he's not dead. He's nearly
Take
dead.
care.
See you, Bill.
Close, but no cigar.
He's nearly dead. You guys are sick. David, I'm glad that you're with us.
Yep. I'm gonna go see if my wife is home. Figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner.
JD said that Stevie Ray was helicopter. What?
Yeah,
He was killed in a
Later,
helicopter?
Donald.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan. Okay, well, see you, Donald.
Okay, Donald. Yeah. So Stevie Ray was killed in a helicopter crash. Is that?
Yeah. I couldn't think of the name. I got the.
Oh, he had to be special. Couldn't be a plane crash.
Yeah.
And that's the way he was. Anyway, bye, guys.
Oh, he went and pulled the whole
Okay.
Kobe, huh? Too soon?
Yeah.
But I think Leonard Skinner, that was a plane crash in Alaska, wasn't it?
I'll look that one up.
There was a band that was killed in Alaska, I thought. In a plane crash.
I don't know, Alaska. Laura. Who was the band that was killed in Alaska? No point asking her.
What
Well, that joke went over. That joke went over everyone's head, didn't it?
What is she, Alexa?
I said Alaska.
She's that's her middle name is Laura Alexa, and then
No. I'll ask her. Alaska.
Yeah, it
I'll
was
ask.
lost with the accent. Completely lost.
Alaska. I'll ask her. Close enough.
Well, guys, what do you think? I think
I'm
we've been at it quite a while.
I think Justin's an idiot. Joe's okay. He's going to get that printer going in a minute.
I think Joe has to leave in a few minutes.
I'm happy
Yeah,
with
leave in a
Andrew
few
because he's
minutes.
got rid of that tree. Dominic, he's got heaps to do. Paul,
Yeah.
I think you're ready for your
David.
nap. And I'm going to
David,
bed.
look where it's at. Look where it's at, right in.
Yeah.
Set up.
It goes right in, goes right across.
Perfect.
All right.
And Joe, it fits.
Yep.
It fits on the table.
Okay, Joe, you have a good shoot.
No worries then.
And
I
we'll
hope
see
so.
everybody again tomorrow. Thanks for being here. David, Andrew, Dominic,
Well,
Joe,
And Joe, your alarm's about to go
Bye.
off in 3 minutes.
Justin, you take care.
Yep. I will see y'all in the morning.